Alright, so this video's for pretty much anyone with a Gen 2, Gen 3 EA888 2-liter TSI motor. So pretty much the 2-liter TSI motors from Volkswagen, Audi, and if you're in Europe, other European car brands. I'm in the US, so I'm not really familiar. Let me grab something to get it with. I just threw away my gloves because they're just dirty. So this is usually what goes to the intake. For now, I'm just prototyping stuff, but intake is plugged up, which is sorry from eating. It's literally just where is it? That, so thin piece of aluminum sheet metal, and what I did was just like this piece. So this is all super glued together, right? I cut out the cardboard size, and then I cut the sheet metal a little bit bigger. Super glued, obviously on the other side to connect, to mate them, to make the sheet metal and the cardboard. Sorry, it's like 5 a.m. my time, so I'm pretty tired. I've been doing this since yesterday. I took a couple-hour break just to sit here, and then I put super glue on the cardboard to make it firm. Again, this is all just prototype stuff until I get some money to like really do things properly. So this normally sits here and dumps oil all into here, and it gets all over your fucking turbo, which is stupid, but Volkswagen doesn't have a choice because of EPA, and so they can keep making their TDIs. If they didn't make TDIs, they wouldn't have to do this. Well, not this complicated of a oil return system, but regardless, mine was starting to dump too much oil into the intake and the turbo, and not to mention it lowers octane rating. So if you're in a state or country where emissions don't matter, like I am in the United States, in the state of Florida, emissions don't matter. So I took off, well, technically I thought I would be able to take it out. I'll have to finish fishing it out, but that's the diaphragm that usually goes in here. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to block that again with probably this guy right here, right? Put it on there, super glue it to it, and it's done. And then I'll probably reuse the diaphragm. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just cut out cardboard with sheet metal and put it on there, because this, when enough pressure goes through this little hole, it pushes up and pushes out through here, so I'll be able to vent through there. So I've taken the whole thing apart. I've reverse engineered the whole thing. This is gonna get plugged up already. Cardboard, sheet metal. So it's gonna go like this. All right, I gotta go get some more super glue. So it's gonna go like that, and that guy is gonna go over here and plug that up. So no air is gonna come out from there. No more going to the intake or the turbo. This is going to be covered, but I'm just going to put the top back on just so, you know, it doesn't look goofy or nothing. And then basically the only places that are going to get allowed pressure, you know, because you want to have a way to release all that crankcase pressure. You want to release, you want your motor to be able to breathe, basically. If not, you will blow seals, or worse, blow your motor. That lets some air go through. This lets air go through. This is the main part that lets the air go through, and then it comes out through here, which I just have an old breather. Eventually I'm gonna run a line from here to a catch can and put the breather on the top of the catch can, so it'll run out of here. This will sit on the catch can. I'm gonna run an AN hose. Yeah, so I'm gonna run a hose from here to the catch can, have the breather on top, And then on the bottom of the catch can, I still got to design it all, is going to be another AN hose that goes down and feeds back into the oil pan. So if any oil goes through, it's going to recirculate, and it won't be none of that stupid typical catch can bullshit where you have to worry about it freezing if you're in a colder state. Excuse me. Or really worry about wasting as much oil. So this is gonna get reused just as a cover. I might reuse this and then put the cardboard on top, and well, again with a piece of sheet metal, or on the bottom. I don't know. I haven't fully decided that part yet, but it's all prototypes. So this is gonna cover this guy, and then I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm touching this all without gloves, but it's fine. This goes like that, and there's a plastic piece for the diaphragm. It goes like this. So, and that essentially, with enough pressure, opens up. But we're just gonna delete this whole unit altogether. So, this is going to sit like this, or it's gonna sit the way it's supposed to. Nope, yep, I'm just gonna, okay, so I'm not gonna reuse any of that. I just decided it. Cardboard, sheet metal on top. I'm gonna make sure this whole thing is like 100% plugged up. And put this back on top, and it covers it, right? And then this is gonna be blocked off with this. So it's gonna go on the back like this. And this piece. See, look, the cardboard's not gonna sit all the way in. Obviously, it's just to mate the thing with the sheet metal. So the sheet metal has, like, you know, better closing. But see, so it's gonna go in there, and the little piece of sheet metal on top. Which I'm gonna cut out another one, because this one, if you look, is not covering all the way. So I have to cut out one that's I cut it a little too small, so I have to cut out another piece that's a little bit bigger. And it'll sit with the cardboard in the back and mate it, and it'll sit flush. And I'm still gonna super glue it together. Since it's plastic, the super glue sticks like crazy. But I reverse engineered the whole fucking thing. I got all the pieces. I'll show you how it used to go, just so you can have an idea, like that. So this piece, I don't know, backwards. Let me see. What side is the cardboard's in there? Duh. Okay, so this piece goes like this. I'm just gonna set it there, just like that, just so, you know what? Let me turn this off. There we go. So when it sits like that, you got this piece over here that goes from like this, like this, right? It goes like that. Normally it goes into the intake and spits oil all over the fucking inside of the intake, and is what causes the serious carbon buildup and all that crap. So yeah, and then the intake. The intake, you know, will normally go like this. Sorry, don't mind the bleach, don't mind the mess. So normally it all go like this, right? Like that, and then your turbo goes down there, and then that spits oil into your fucking turbo and into your intake, and just fucks the whole motor up, and all those vapors lower the octane. So, because I kept wondering, I'm like, why do I keep fouling out plugs? And I went from NGK iridiums to NGK or something. I can't think of the name right now, but there's like the next step up from the iridiums and one step down from the racing plugs. So there you have it. Intake would be, well, that would run to the MAF sensor and then to the intake. So basically, we're deleting this, we're deleting that, right? Put this guy here as a breather for now, and it's just gonna simplify things a lot fucking more. A lot more. And eventually what I'm gonna do is once I have the prototype completely done and I have a little bit of extra money to get someone to 3D print this same exact piece, but with way shallower grooves, so that instead of using a $60 fucking rubber gasket that's gonna go bad every few years, you just get I can't remember the name of the stuff, but the special silicone that Volkswagen uses. Me personally, I go with Permatex. I'm not spending $150 on a tube of aromatic or whatever it's called. I can't think of the name. I think that stuff is stupid, but yeah. So I'm gonna use that as the gasket maker. And then no more gaskets like this one that eventually start leaking. Which this one is still pretty decent, so I'm gonna let it sit in some warm soapy water so it can clean off and it'll, you know, seal again. But instead it'll replace that gasket with the gasket maker, and yeah, so it'll be a lot easier. And then after, eventually, once I finish the first prototype, I'm gonna do a block off kit with a catch can and the hoses and everything, you know, and I'll price it accordingly. Obviously it's gonna not come anywhere near to the price of APRs, because APR thinks that just because of their name that, hey, we're gonna charge $820 for a catch can and some lines and a thing that they made. That's not gonna happen, not with me. So I'll make that, and then once I have this prototype made or 3D printed from a different, 3D printed, I'm eventually gonna find someone to make one out of aluminum, and then I'm gonna have someone TIG weld, or eventually I'll eventually just do it myself. I'm gonna have someone either have someone or do it myself, TIG weld it to the cam cover. Is a valve cover, but Volkswagen's is cam cover because it covers the cams instead of valves. And then I'll sell a full aluminum cam cover that just deletes the whole PCV system and comes, of course, with the lines and the catch can that again is going to basically is gonna go like this. So let me set it up real quick so you guys can see. Breather's gonna be on the top. Breather's gonna be on the top, and then there's gonna be the line that goes from this guy to there. So let's just do this just as a demonstration. Watch out, chair. Alright, so it'll go like this, something like that. There we go, something like that. Alright, and it'll go into the stay up. It'll go into the catch can on the side, and then the breather on the top, and then there will be another line that goes into the bottom and eventually is routed to the oil pan. Maybe I'll sell, you know, a whole entire kit with the oil pan and everything, stuff like that. Is gonna be a little pricey, but if people don't want to spend money on the extra money on the oil pan, they can just get all the stuff and tap into their own oil pan, and there you go. But eventually it's gonna be something like that. It'll just be longer lines, and the catch can will sit behind the passenger side headlight because there's plenty of room there. And then again, like I said, this way, with it like this, you won't ever have to drain it. Of course, when you do your oil changes, take it apart, clean the catch can, clean the lines, get the old oil out or the dirty oil, and fill, and you know, put nice new fresh oil. And you'll be set to go. So for right now, it's just all prototype, but eventually I'm gonna get these parts made and start manufacturing it and selling it to people. But yeah, if you want to try and do it yourself, this is the easiest way. Cardboard and sheet metal with super glue to make the cardboard hard. Delete the diaphragm, cardboard sheet metal, super glue. Delete this other stupid line, cardboard sheet metal, super glue. You can put a breather here, or if you know you want to, you can run lines. And then yeah, just leave this guy open and you're good to go. But this is a stock PCV valve, or yeah, it's a stock PCV valve from Volkswagen that I'm just reverse engineering and modifying to work the way it really is supposed to. The Volkswagen unfortunately doesn't get a chance to do. Alright, so to continue the video from yesterday morning. Alright, so PCV system's deleted. Alright, plugged up this port on the intake, this and that thing down there. I don't know what the fuck they're for, but there's no air that comes out of this, so this is good. At least I don't think so. I did also tighten up the clamps for my throttle body down there, for those two. But now, normal oil being bypassed, and for now, did this. Eventually I will get hose that fits into this, run it to a can, get a new breather, because this one's just old, really. So, but I'm gonna get it shoved in there more, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. No, that's in there as far as it's gonna go. Look how pretty it looks now that it's shiny instead of that ugly, dull plastic. So, little. Oh, that's okay. Rust-Oleum. Damn, that fucking. Holy shit, made a big difference. But yeah. So, this is the only thing I might have to worry about. I might have to take apart and put like the stock stuff back in with the this is plugged. So I'll show you what I did. I put cardboard and then super glue. Cardboard and super glue. It turns to a fucking rock. All in here. There's a piece of cardboard cut out there that's cut out to the shape and laid in there, and fills all the way up here. And then I filled it in from this side too to make sure it's covered. So the only thing that might leak is like around here, but I don't think it should because it's pretty tight fit. But if it does, like I said, I just pop it open right here on the car and fix it, which I'm actually gonna take the extra parts with me. And then yeah, common thing, the clips break, so you just want to make sure that it's in there. Really, just, when you're doing these, you just want to be really careful. They break easy. That's plugged up, which is literally just like I said, cardboard and aluminum sheet metal that I cut with scissors, smaller scissors than that. So the back side is plugged up, as you can see. Sorry for everyone watching. I just made you go upside down. The plug side is backed up, so there's no more oil getting sucked into the turbo, nothing like that. Everything should be tight. Yeah, okay, everything's tight. Oh, hose clamp for that. Can't forget that. But yeah, so that is how you do turn a PCV into a crankcase breather. Again, if you're in an emission state, don't do this. Replace the PCV, or find whatever you can in your own state to get around the emissions. But I'm in Florida, so there's emissions don't exist here, so it don't matter. I could fucking run this thing with no PCV and just a straight fucking cover that and put this thing here and just have it breathing. But again, this is just an example of what I'm doing, so I'm not legally responsible for anything that you do. I don't condone doing this because it changes your emissions. So again, don't mess with it. If you're in an emission state, talk to a tuner or a shop and see what you can do to get around it. So yeah, so no more oil getting sucked in through there, no more decrease in octane rating or fucking up my gas mileage or nothing, so we're gonna see. I gotta wait for the shop on Monday so I can go and get the stupid I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. Get the flex pipe down there, get it removed. Yeah, get it removed and swapped out for real pipe, and then get the rest of my exhaust put back together. So yeah, and I don't know what that is. Oh, there's oil from somewhere, but yeah, cool. And for anyone wondering, what brand is this? Purelator? No, Wix, W-I-X. Eventually I'm gonna get the performance one, the XP, but for now I just got the regular Wix because I had a $10 credit on Amazon, so I paid $1 for it, and I needed a new oil filter because the mobile one was leaking. So stay away from mobile one. Wix is the way to go. They're the actual OEM manufacturer. And yeah, so let me go get a hose clamp for that, clean up under the oil cap, and then we will start her up and see. I know she's gonna throw codes and stuff, but it should be a nice startup. It's just because the shitty fucking flex pipe. I hate flex pipes. When I had the guy who did my exhaust do it, I told him no. He's like, no, get one. It's gonna be easier, but he just didn't want to do the work of fucking putting a solid pipe there. So I'm just gonna go to a professional shop and have them fucking do it. But here she is, my 2016 Volkswagen Tiguan. So that's her. She's lowered an inch and a half in the front, or an inch and a quarter in the front, and an inch and a half or inch and 3/4 in the back. Because when I took her to the shop, they didn't. I guess they didn't understand what the fuck I meant by I want to lower her. So eventually, here in a couple months, I'm gonna get coilovers and slam her. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna put her down to like here. I'm just gonna have like a nice little inch gap. But see, she lowered on H&R springs, which actually made a big difference in the handling. And then I got Versus wheels, which they're 18 by 8.5, I believe, and I'm running 245 45 tires on here. 245 45 18s. Right? I always got to make sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, oh no, 225 40 18s. Yeah. Sorry. They're supposed to be 245s, but I like to run them a little stretched. So I might go up. I just like the stretch look a little bit. So it's only down. It's supposed to be 245. So they're 9-inch wheels, and I'm running 8-inch tires. But yeah, this is her. This is a partial exhaust. If you can see it. Now, let me go from the back so you can see it. I still can't see it. I see it, yeah. Oh, the kitties. Hold on. Yeah, see? So, it's 3 inches from the turbo back. And right now I just have it on hangers and stuff, but Monday I'm gonna go and have them put a hanger there, and put hangers there. Go into where like the OEM spot's supposed to be, so it holds up the front, and she'll be back to having a full exhaust. One of the things, I used to have a silencer on her, so she should be a little bit quieter, but eventually it broke because, you know, shitty welds. I mean, it lasted a year, but eventually it gave out there in the middle one day while I was driving, and yeah. So this is her. Yeah, hope you guys, I hope this video helps whoever it needs to help, or, you know, or is educational for whoever it needs to be. And yeah, I'll make sure to continue the video here in a minute, and get her running and starting and everything, and we'll go. Alright, so got the hose clamp on. Accidentally grabbed one that was too big. Alright, everything's tight. fuck, my keys. Okay, got my keys. Let's see. I gotta make it to the store before they close. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That's one too. My dad told me today, he's like, you're not a mechanic, blah, blah, blah. And I argued with him a little bit, and he's right. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a fucking engineer. What is all that shit I'm seeing? Wow. That, and I will update y'all while I'm driving if nothing bad happens. If anything happens, well, I'll update that too. Worst that happens, I gotta go there and replace the diaphragm. Hey, we're in business. Alright, so idle is stable. A little bit of a rough start. Yeah, all my lights are on because fucking either a speed sensor or a ABS sensor is just faulty, so but she's still not fully warm yet, so but and also the exhaust is messed up, so once I get that fixed, the rough idle should go away, or the misfire. But yeah, so here's this part. Means driving normal. A little bit of gas, just a very little bit. So yeah, going to Walmart, get some flea medicine for my doggo, and then I'll stop, put gas, and then I will update you guys with a couple poles on the street and then a nice little highway pole. Okay, so quick little update at Walmart. I had to put the I still have the cardboard in there and metal to block off everything, but I had to put the original diaphragm back in because it was leaking. Smoke was coming out through there. We only want smoke coming out through there if there's any smoke coming out, or oil or whatever. And then yeah, so tomorrow or Monday I'm gonna have to set up an oil line. Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up an oil line to something, and so it catches the extra oil or the vapors or whatever, so I'm not just spreading smoke. Or really, what I could do is run a line and reconnect that breather and just I don't know, run it somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, I had to reconnect that. So let's go ahead and start her up again, and let's see. Oh, it's the Jeep. Okay, I thought it was that Mercedes for a second. I was like, damn. Oh, that's a lot better startup. So now where are we throwing oil from? What the fuck? Again with that bullshit. Alright, so yeah, I gotta let her breathe through there. Oh boy, she gonna catch on fire right now. It's the same thing she did the other day. Oh yeah, yeah. Alright, well, that's interesting. Turbo housing. What the fuck? So I blew my exhaust up? That's fucking wild. Alright, so exhaust is blown up. Okay, wow, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. That's okay. That's wild. Whatever. I guess I gotta take the diaphragm off and fucking just let it fucking ventilate through there. That's insane. Well, battery's too low to use flash, but why is it so damn dark? Should have night mode on. Whatever. It's gonna open it, right? Oh, so she can breathe. But yeah. So I honestly. I've got no clue what caused that. But you know, car's been it's a year, and I got it last year in September. So and I got it tuned. I got her last year in September, and I got her tuned within 5 days of owning the car. So I've been running 20 pounds of boost on the stocks everything besides the 3-inch intake and besides the 3-inch intake and the exhaust. So I don't know. I'm not mad. Can't say I'm mad. I'm surprised I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, but like with the seals busting, but the hole in the exhaust is has me dumbfounded. But yeah, that's I accidentally locked my phone. I guess that's it for that. I'll just have to fix her and then make an update video when I'm fixing her and stuff like that to also help people along. But yeah, so in conclusion, with the PCV, if you do everything I did, you can't see anything right now. But yeah, if you do everything that I did, the cap for the PCV where the diaphragm goes, you have to take the diaphragm out and all that stuff, and then just I guess just close it pretty much and just put a tube there so it can ventilate. But once I get new seals and stuff, I'm gonna put the diaphragm back in and seal it completely, or I don't know. I gotta do research and see exactly how the PCV system like circulates air and all that stuff, so I can properly modify it and then eventually start making my own PCV delete kits. Yep, that's a wrap for that. I'll update you guys once I get parts.